Alright, so this is going to be a really short stream. I said last stream, which was yesterday, that I didn't know when my next stream was going to be, and it's going to be today. This is more for me than anything else. Um, I want to I want to document this because I did 2 more rooms yesterday today, so now it's a total of 8 rooms. So hey, only 196 more to go. So this is one of the rooms I worked on yesterday, and this is what it's basically I'm trying to go for. It's just the sheer size of this game and the different things players can do. Um, so it's basically the mob room. This is room number 7. And I've come up with new things for players to do. This one's Cube 7, and it has no clues of what to do. So players, if they're the exploring type, they're going to get rewarded. If they're not, they will not be rewarded. Because this one, you can just go ahead and exit out of here pretty quick once you figure out these buttons. And you'll float for a little bit, and once players figure out that they can get slow falling as they enter the room, they can just drop right down. It's a very different room. There's certain things if players are, exploring the map or these rooms, a cube, they can find interesting things. There's a ender pearl in there, or eye of ender. And if players are real exploring, they can find little things in there. They're hidden. So just over here, there's more stuff, some food, and a whole lot of experience. And if they look out a bit and they pay attention, I'm just going to drop down. You can see there's a floating plate down there. And if players really kind of check things out, like I said, they explore, well, here's a ladder. Oops. And voila. There's a floating block, and if players figure it out, they can walk right out here. And that is going to take them up and out. Reminds me of like an interrogation room. There's a light, and the mobs are all standing around you. And you're out. And guess what? This leads you into the dragon. So there's all sorts of little things. It's unfortunate that I'm really bad at streaming and commentating and all that. Because when I go through this in my head, it's so much more smooth and fluent. And then you have things like this, where you come in here, you have these little cool rooms. You have the end. And my son was watching me build this. He walks in and he goes, Dad, you have a 204 rooms to do. He goes, all your best rooms are going to be in the beginning. He goes, you're just going to run out of ideas, which I may end up running out of ideas. I have no idea. But right now the ideas are flowing. Even before I finish this room, I've already got an idea for another room. And that's just how it goes. But the only problem is I have to make sure I completely finish the room. This one comes in from the mine. I had to put the door in here, stuff like that. And so I've also decided I've actually changed the answer from another door to this door because originally oh, here's another thing. When I come back, I'm going to show you something really cool. So originally this was the answer, and it took you back to the same room you came because you went the wrong way. But this room actually can connect to the right way. So that's why I kept it. Anyway, so I was in here, and I was going to put in the treasure down here. There's a chest over here. I was going to put treasure in. I haven't done that yet. And I went over here to another spot I was going to put treasure in. And this is this has happened a couple times in the game when I'm building the game. I'll get an idea off the game. So I got an idea to use natural caves and just change it. Because, we can all get lost in caves and all that. So I decided, well, I'll use caves. I did that for the ice cave a few episodes back. You can see that. I just turned a natural cave into an ice cave. And I'm in here, and I was going back here to put a treasure here. And I put my command blocks, and I dug out, and then there was this little opening, so I put a light down here, and I started looking around, and it's a natural cave system. Now, what makes this interesting is it's a natural cave system right underneath this little cave cube that I build, so it works out perfect. It's like, okay, now you have a cube in there, but this cube actually has a cave system, and it goes on a long way. It goes different directions. It goes outside here. So you'll be able to get inside the cube from the cave. So if you can imagine not even being in the cube and you find your way over here, and all of a sudden you're up here, and this just looks like the cave, except this time it's got stairs. It's got whatever. That light's not supposed to be there. I was putting in treasure. That's why that light's there. But imagine you come up through here. All of a sudden you're in this, but you're in the cube now. So when you go to leave here, you've never been in here, so you go to leave the cube. That one's not done yet. Let me find a room that is done. It's on this other corner over here. So all of a sudden, you're in this cube, and you don't even know where you are. You have no idea you're in the cube. But you've miraculously found this cube, and all of a sudden you're moving around in this cube, and it's just like things got really weird. So I want players to experience like a surprise around every corner. You never know what to expect in this game. At first look, people are like, "Oh, it's a maze game." Well, it is a maze game, but there's so much more to it, and I can't explain it until I get this thing completely done. There's going to be escape rooms, all sorts of things that are going on in my head that this game is going to be. Right over here, I don't know if I explained this before, but there's a natural village with a pillager outpost right next to it. So players are going to be able to come here. I mean, it's going to be a while before I get this part of the map done, but players will be able to come here and start raids and all that and get totems of undying and all sorts of good stuff over here. And the cube will lead out somewhere over here. But that's just so much. And this game's so big. I just want to show the potential of what you can do in Minecraft and why I've been playing as long as I've been playing. It's just I always find something to do. But yeah, I just wanted to use this as a kind of a thing for myself. So I'm just gonna fly around. I'll do a little chat and we'll take a look at it. But this thing is pretty amazing. It just seems to go on and on and on. And if you've never watched this before, you can watch these episodes. They're not really that great. I skipped through them just to see the builds and all that stuff, or see if I got an explanation of the build. But yeah, it's really cool. It's all this thing. I can't wait to get in there. It'll be a lot of fun. But there's just so much to do in this game. If I had to give a percentage, I think I finished this too. I never showed you all this. On this dragon where you get the endstone portal, yeah, I finished this out a while back. I just never showed it. And then inside of this barrel is an endstone portal, or end portal. And stuff like that. Just really cool stuff. And it's cool documenting this in case I ever lose this or something. At least here it is. I have proof, that it did exist. It's not part of my imagination. Yeah, it's coming along good. I think I'm gonna just start streaming randomly. I'm not gonna put a set time on it. I don't have too many viewers, which I'm really surprised that people don't like this, or that people don't see it. But yeah, it's pretty neat. Maybe one day it'll take off, but right now it's not really taking off too good. I just don't get the views. But like I said, it's more of a documentation for myself. And I will randomly do this. I think this is episode 122. Going into 3 years doing this. So it's getting old and big. Each tree was placed. Everything was placed. I know I've placed over 1 million blocks now. And probably taken up 2 or 3 million blocks. Just crazy stuff. What's up, Speed Ray? Dude, you gotta check this out. This thing is huge now. I'll show you some new stuff that you haven't seen. Let me go over here. You haven't seen all of this stuff. I want to show you the cube. I'm building this thing called the cube. And it's really cool. So now right next to where we put this, remember working on this, I did this map over here. This is all cool. This is all a working village, and it's got NPCs in there. Um, but it turned out really cool. And then I placed another dragon, but you can only get there from this house, and you gotta kind of explore to find it. It's the only way to get there. You've seen the pyramid. You helped me build the pyramid, so you've seen this right next to the pyramid. And I don't think I've shown this, so this is pretty good to document. But I built this whole area here, and then I put in a desert temple, and inside the desert temple, players can do all their trading and all that here. So this is really cool. And they can actually go down, and then there's a treasure room down there. But check this out. So I finally added a castle. So I made a mob area. This whole area is just full of mobs. That's that cube I'm building right now. It's huge. But this is just a mob area. And I put places like this in here. Let me show you this real quick. So oh, that skeleton disappeared. Huh, that one did too. I guess I'm gonna have to put a spawner back there so they will get caught up in the minecarts. I may have killed them. But yeah, huge dragon. Got the castle right over here. Oh, I finally connected that tunnel from the pyramid. So there's a tunnel now there for the pyramid. Then this massive castle. I still have to decorate the inside of it, but it turned out really nice. It's not as big as your castle. Not even close. But yeah, I still have to decorate the whole inside. There is no inside. So, oops, let me get out of here. Come on now. Yeah, so that's the castle, and then and then I did this whole other side here. And if you remember, there's a big old black cobra right there. If you remember when we were building this over here, that the area next to it was a big old block. Well, I built it down like that. Put what I call a raging river there. If you remember the water area you built, I just connected it here. And so this whole thing actually where the church is became an island. So that was pretty cool. And then over here, this is where the game changes. I made this a frozen lake. So players can come out here. It's not a maze, but it takes you to different parts of the maze and all that. So I changed it up a little bit. And then I added an ice cave over here. So you can go up inside the ice cave, and this is basically a massive maze in itself inside an ice cave. So that was pretty cool. What else did I do? Oh, I want to show you the cube. Check this thing out. So I came up with this idea. It's a cube. It's 128 by 128. So it's a whole map plus a whole map high. And players go into these cubes that are like 21 by 21. There's 204 of them. Right now I only have 8 done. But players have to find their way through the cube. I'll show you. So it's pretty cool. No, I haven't even started on the volcano yet. No, I haven't worked it because once the maps connect to there, because it's not connected to the hub. Once it connects there, I'll do the volcano. So you have these rooms like there's some doors you can go in, some doors you can't. Let me think of where I should go. Can I go through this one? No, that's one I can't go through. I'm still building these. I don't want to go through that one. I thought there was 2 over here. That's weird. Could have swore there was 2 rooms. But the cubes are all decorated. They're all decorated like this, and then it basically over here like this you have to read the books, and then there'll be like questions about the videos and all that stuff. Like this is cube number 3. Epic Eden's video was first video was about, and then there's all sorts of little clues. Like if right there's a structure block, and that's the answer. So the command block, structure block. So you'd go through all these. We'll go this way for now. Let me show you some of these rooms. Like this room's a cave system, but it's the same thing. It's 21 by 21, but some of them they're just different. And players will wander around these rooms, and all the rooms have all these cool little themes to them. But then these rooms have treasure. Like I said, it's 21 by 21. But then there's a book there, and it says how many maps are on the wall on the mothership. We know the answer is 9. And there's all sorts of treasures. You know about the treasures. I'll explain it to you. But then over here, there was going to be a treasure, and I was just saying this when I started the video, that I was going to put in the command blocks so the players can get the stone. But then down here, I realized that there's a cave system. So inside the cube, there's going to be another cave system that's not even inside the cube. So if you can imagine finding this cave system somewhere else on the map and ending up in the cube and not understanding what's going on in the cube, you end up in here, you think you're still in the cave. And then let me show you some of these cool rooms I just made. Like I said, all these rooms, so the answer is not 5. I went the wrong way. Figures. It's over here. The answer is 9. There's not doors here yet, but then you come into a place like this. Here's a theme room. This is the end with the dragon and everything. So it's just pretty cool. And then there'll be another thing in here. And as you answer questions right, it'll take you along the right path until you answer them wrong. Oh yeah, I have. And then you end up in rooms like this. These are the newest rooms I built. I really like this room. I just think this room's pretty cool. But it's all trickery. There's just this. And you have imagination, so I can sit there and talk to you, and you can pretty much understand what I'm talking about. But yeah, if you're an explorer, you find stuff like that. There's treasure over there. There's another treasure up there if you can get there. And then this will take you out, and I put the dragon in the middle here. The dragon is going to be 4x4 room by 3 high, and it's just going to be a big old room with the dragon in here with multiple ways to come in and out. And then I started this fire thing. I'll have to show you at the workshop. I started this fire thing. I'm going to use the glass and use the light source like we did on the rockets. And then, so it's going to be a room there, and then on top of there's room there, room there. Well, this dragon's going to be blowing fire, and it's going to break 2 rooms that are next to each other apart, and the fire is going to go in both those rooms. The rooms will be on fire. It's going to be pretty cool. And then the rest of the rooms around this, if you can imagine, are going to be glass. So whatever room you're at, only on one side of it, only the side that's facing the dragon is going to be glass. So players can actually look in on the dragon and try to figure out how to get there. It'd be pretty neat. Yeah. It's got to be destroying those blocks. So inside the rooms, there's going to be broken blocks just laying on the ground and stuff like that. But like I said, yeah, every room has its own little theme. Some of them are pretty cool. Some of them are pretty simple. This one's, I think, the pyramid. Yeah, this one's just a pyramid out in the desert. Some of them are pretty simple. That one's a pretty simple one. And then I think this one's the nether. Nope, this is actually the lobby for the cube if you come through that door. And then, yep, the nether, another bridge. And all of these, even though they're only 21 by 21, I was able to put some pretty cool stuff. Like here's a staircase that goes down. And this is where, so it's kind of like you're in the end. So yeah, so there's a book that you want to read for your question. And then there's other places. If you go up the stairs here, if you notice there's a spawner over there, a blaze spawner. And if you come over here, you can see that there's a treasure over there on that side. So if you make your way over there, you can grab the treasure. So I was able to put quite a bit of stuff in these little tiny rooms. Originally it was going to be smaller, and I was like, no, I need to make it bigger. There's got to be much more to these rooms. So yeah, you have the nether and all that. Where's another room? I made 8 rooms so far. Oh, no, it's this way and up. No, it's not this way and up. Dang it. Alright, let me get out of here. But yeah, 209 of these rooms, or 204 of these. It would have been 216 if I minus the cubes that are surrounding the dragon. So, where is it right here? Yeah, that was a cool one. Let me go in this one. Ugh, if I can. Dang it. Dang it. Come on now. Be nice. If I can get in there. This is kind of... Ugh. Die in here. Alright, so going through these cubes, these rooms. I think it's this way. Yeah, it is. It's right up through this one. So some of you got to be quick and not panic. Because this one you end up in an ocean monument. So it's kind of like every cube you go through, you kind of transfer. It feels like you're just in a different dimension. You're just going through the game. So you got to try to swim out of here. And then you get up here, you can see that it's just a room. But yeah, and then this one has a book for you, or a lecture for you have to answer and try to get out and stuff like that. So it's pretty neat. This one you can actually just push the button and you'll float right out. There we go. So yeah, that's that. So I've done quite a bit since the last time you checked in. Natural pillager outpost there. It's gonna be fun to do. But yeah, it's gotten pretty cool. So what else I didn't show you? I didn't show you. Oh, the bridge from the pyramid I finished. So now players can access the bridge over here. Yeah, so this is all done now. So it's partially what you had built, I built here. Just like over there, that's yours. And then it connects to mine over here. Yeah, I've done a whole lot, yeah. So yeah, you remember this. Uh, this was done all the way to here. And then I think I had to add 2 and then yours. And then splitting yours and mine goes up to the little pyramid. So now there's pathways, so you can go from the pyramid to the underground. So this is inside the little pyramid. So, oops. So I'm averaging probably about 10 hours a day on this thing. It's crazy. I work for 8 and I work on this for 10. That's just nuts. What else did I do? I did some cool stuff over here in this village. So each house represents a villager and their trades and all that. So you can trade with them, but they only do emeralds. But over here, I added in this house, and this guy will trade emeralds. So you can buy emeralds from this guy. You know, to trade with the other villagers, and I made sure the other villagers had good trades and all that. So it's pretty neat. And then there's other places you can get to the river again, if you remember the river thing. There's like caves and all that. So you could actually find, or actually get into this river, or get into the village from the river. Oh, I think that there's a treasure down here too, if players are willing to explore. Look at that. Yeah. So if you come up here, yep, you come into the village, or if you're in the village, you can leave the village, get to the river. And there's all sorts of little cool things I put on these rivers now. Oh, I finished the Woodland Mansion. I didn't really change too much. I left it pretty much alone, except there's hidden treasure throughout here. And in the dungeon, I put an NPC so players could spend their stone and all that. And I did it off of a viewer, my biggest fan. So yeah, so you can trade with Cryo. He'll trade. Plus, there's all sorts of little treasures everywhere to find for those who want to explore. Outside. So that's done. So yeah, basically, right now what I'm doing, I'm supposed to be finishing up these maps. So the map area right now is this whole thing. This is all done. This is completely with all the treasure, everything. These are done as far as map goes, as far as like they look like this, but I still got to put in the treasures and all that. So I finished all of that, and then this is where the cube is, which I need to not work on it as much as I've been working on it because I'll never get this stuff done if I don't. So He's in the yeah. But it says it's funny. He goes. I should have said the dialogue. I said he basically says I'm not a prisoner. I'm here because I want to be. It's just I played kind of the fun thing off of him being my biggest fan. So yeah, like I said, all these maps are done. That's where the Colossus statue is. So you remember all that? That's all done. So basically, since you've been gone, I've gotten this done. So I've done like 9 or 10 maps since you've been gone. Yeah, so that's basically it. Doesn't seem like much when I go through it that way. If you remember, this was a big old mountain. I took it down a little bit. I finished this door over here, so now you can access that door and you can access this map right there. Did all sorts of cool little things. But I'm kind of burnt out at putting in the treasure chest. I'm kind of like, and then I had to go back and nerf it a little bit because I did a test run on it, and you get too much food, too much weapons, So I had to tone it down a little bit. But yeah, that's about it. I think I showed you every single room. So yeah, I need to quit working on this. I just can't because I'm having so much fun doing it. I'm not doing this on the realm. I'm doing this on free play. And the only reason I turned that off so people can't join is because people kept joining and messing around. Yeah, people come in because even though they're they're in not spectator, even they're in visitor. If they're in creative, because I got to put them in creative so they can fly around because nobody's gonna want to hang around if they can't fly around. And but they have to be in creative, so they can't place anything in visitor, but they can throw chicken eggs, which spawn little chickens, which will mess up the game. They can throw tridents. Tridents don't just despawn. They can place boats and stuff like that. So not that they were doing it on purpose, but they would do that. I guess maybe because they were bored or whatever, and they were just doing things, and yeah, it was driving me nuts. So I had to stop letting people able to come in. What I should do is I should keep you on there, go through all of them, and take them off my friends list. That way they can't join. But yeah, I'm sure you'd probably have some really good ideas for some of these cube rooms. I don't build the cube every time. I use a structure block to place the cube and then change redecorate it. Yeah, but that's about it. Yeah, the flame that go out. I need to take off these stones anyway. It's driving me crazy. So this is actually gonna be the end of the game right here. Inside here is going to be the portal to take you to the end, where players will place their end stones and stuff like that. Where's that? Right here. Go to the workshop. Take off this stupid stone. Come on. Remove. Thank you, sir. It's almost been 3 years. Yeah, so the flame's gonna be like that, and then it's gonna fan out even wider, on both sides, and further down, it's gonna go through that room. So something like that. I'm just practicing with it, trying to see how I want to do it. Yeah, so yeah, you can see I had to find out how to place it, take my measurements. So originally, it's funny, the cubes. These are the cubes. This is how small they were, and I was like, I didn't like it. And I'm like, no, it's too small. I need to be able to do a lot more with it, and I didn't like the design. So eventually, it became that size. This is where I was coming up with my ideas of how I wanted to make it. Yeah. And then I finished out with this one. This way I use my template. Yeah, so something like that. So players will, if they want to fly, they step on this, they fly up, or if they need to drop down through a cube to a cube below, damn it, a cube below, they'd hit the feather, stuff like that. Yep. Yeah, so the workshop's got a little bit bigger. I really think I need to destroy the workshop. I don't really need it. It probably takes up memory. Need to make another dragon. I've used all the dragons now. Every single one of these dragons are in the game. Need to make up another dragon. But yeah, I just jumped on to do a stream just to document this. Come on, load in. Oh, I added another entrance over here to this map, so players can access the pit from over here, as you can see from right there. And I put in those things for the scribe. They can jump 1.5 blocks so they can take shortcuts. So the scribe gets the shortcuts. These are pretty cool. I like how he's holding the head over the pit. I made it so you can go up in some of these statues as well. Like this one, there's a chest at the top of there. You can actually make it through there, and there's barrier blocks everywhere, of course, but players can go like that. Pretty neat stuff. But I think that's going to wrap it up. I just wanted to do a short little video and document it. That's cool that you came out. Always a pleasure. Like I said, I got a long way to go. And on top, of course, is going to be a maze, so that way on the maps it still looks like it continues on as a maze. But yeah. I think this is my favorite room. Just because it's kind of like you're being interrogated by these mobs. All right, yep, that's going to wrap it up. Appreciate you stopping in, Speed Ray. Yeah, I'll delete everyone off my friends list and then add you back on there if you ever want to just jump on. But I don't have it on the Realm right now. I don't know why. I'm still paying for the Realm. I just don't have it on the Realm. My Realm's shut down. But yeah, this could be a standalone mini game by itself. This cube thing. Just another addition to it. Alright, that's going to wrap it up. Hope you liked that video. If you did, hit that like button. Subscribe if you'd like to support me. And I'll catch you next video. See you, Speedray.